man out for himself. Now, you get to hear a lot of these inmates, when they get out, they talk about how they ain't a chimo and they ain't a snitch. Yeah. Everybody in there roll over on somebody. You're either rolling over to the guards, or you rolling over to the gang leaders, or of course you rolling over to whoever it is that controls the yard at that particular point in time. You're always rolling over. Now the chimos, these guys get special units, them and police officers. That's right. Special units in prison. Now there's two different types of PC. There's protective custody on the outs and the protective custody on the ins. If you got protective custody on the inside, either you're a child molester or a bad cop or somebody who told on child molesters and bad cops. That's pretty much it. Because as much as people hate child molesters and bad cops, they sure as fuck hate snitches too. Everybody's idea is we ought to be shooting these folks, right? We ought to be stabbing them. We ought to be ending their existence. Well, what the hell for? What the hell for? It don't make no goddamn sense. And we get these guys, they come out and they want to talk about how much they hate chimos. They hate chimos. They hate chimos. Meanwhile, those motherfuckers most likely to be chimos. The ones that want to talk about how, there was a fight and they wasn't able to get the pretty shit that they wanted right when they fucking wanted it. Oh, well, there's a fight and then the fucking chimos, blah, 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 and I didn't get my deodorant. That's right. People will fucking hold a grudge against you that they will fucking shank you over because they didn't get their goddamn deodorant. That's prison for you. Prison, this is where you go in there, and as much as the other inmates are like, man, that's fucked up, that's fucked up, that's fucked up, you're only one free lunch away from that motherfucker stabbing you in the back too. You trying to turn in the guards because they're crooked. That's a good idea, but the guard gave me an extra meal, so fuck you. That happens often. One of their favorite ways to mess with you is to mess with your food, and that's the guards who do that primarily. You always see in the movies how it's the inmates. The inmates fucking with the food that starts the fight. No, that ain't it. That ain't it at all. It's not to say that no inmate has ever done such a thing. It's to say that most of the time, the guards straight don't give a shit. They got immunity from every goddamn thing. Who cares if it's their fault? Who cares if they're doing stuff to innocent people? According to their way of thinking, if you're in there, you must be guilty. It don't matter that you're not convicted. Me, for example, I wasn't in prison as a convicted felon. I was in prison because I tried to turn in bad cops who committed felonies to assist child molesters and get away with the bullshit. God bless America. Jesus Christ and all that, right? We'll give it to your fucking Savior. Even though he's as full of shit as you are. So I see all these guys that are muscle bound and all tatted up. If you really give a shit, you could actually go through and find out what each one of their tattoos means. What it is that they claim that they've done. And you go look at their record and see what it is that they were convicted of. Well, some of that stuff might be stuff they thought they got away with. But most of it's stuff that they had to do for a gang in prison to get that tattoo. By having that tattoo, you're admitting to a crime. You're admitting that you did it. That's why you have that tattoo. I'm not very nice. You guys can tell that. I'm also not one of these bullies who gotta gang up on somebody 20 or 30 on one. Guys against cowardice. Every motherfucker in the prison, if they think that they can talk some trash and gain some sort of momentum, they'll do it. Calling you a child molester or a rapist or some creepy shit like that will get them some advantage. You're goddamn right. If that gets them popularity with some of them gangs, you're goddamn right. If that'll get them an extra soup a month, you're goddamn right. You support them, they might share their commissary with you. And that's how much you mean to your cellie. That's how much you mean to everybody in the pod. Once in a while you get somebody who's got some balls, but that testicular fortitude disappears quick, fast, and in a hurry when they got a gang breathing down their throat. And by gang, what gang are we talking about? Well, there's a lot of them in there anyway. So then we got these guys talking about how they'll take care of it in-house. They'll take care of it themselves. It's always the biggest motherfuckers that, when they get out, they want to talk about how tough they were in there. But while they're in there, they're not involved in that stuff. They're hiding in their cell and talking about how, oh, well, I would do this and I would do that. I'm on short time, man. I'm on short time. Bitch, you ain't on shit. You ain't on your last 30 days by a long goddamn shot. But sure, you keep spouting that shit, motherfuckers. Talking about how tough you are. Out there on the yard or in the cafeteria, punking people for their food. Because that's what you think you're supposed to do. You want to talk about your moral high ground, but you ain't punking the fucking chimos. You ain't punking the rapists. You ain't punking the right goddamn cops. You're just going after people who are alone. Well, that's what makes you a coward. Then you want to get out and you want to talk about how you were involved in this and you were involved in that, but you really don't want to get into the details. Bitch, you don't want to get into the details because you weren't there. You weren't there. You talk about how you had to stay in your cell because you were already on administrative because you ran your mouth at the guard. So you got to stay in your cell because you ran your mouth at the guard, but you're going to let everybody else go down to the cafeteria and fucking start this war against supposed child molesters. No, they ain't going to fucking put those people in GP, dummy. You know that goddamn well. Not unless they know for certain that they can sew up his jacket. They ain't going to do that if they put him in GP and chimo. They're doing it intentionally. If you get killed in prison, there is a 100% guarantee that not only do the prison guards know about it, they helped it to happen. Then there's also the people who will trade with anybody. They don't care if you're a chimo, you got commissary. Shit, you give them 50 a month in commissary? You a broke motherfucker? They'll call that good. But they better get their 50 in commissary, and that don't guarantee you no yard time. And once you start paying rent, that's the same as saying you're guilty. When somebody calls you a chimo, you either pay up your lot rent. That's what you gotta do. You were cast a shitty lot in life, and now you gotta pay up because some motherfucker in there, some uncouth punk-ass little bitch, talk shit to save himself the face. Then one of these motherfuckers who think they're tough want to talk about how they hate chimos. What are they doing? They're fucking bunking up the same shit. They're happy to get their goddamn ramen noodles. They're just glad to get their ramen noodles. Just glad to get their lifting time and their shit talking time. And they're gonna dip out when shit gets tough. They're gonna hide. Well, they will fucking sell you out and be pissed off at you and literally stab you because somebody assaulted you and they didn't get their commissary for the week. Oh, damn, you didn't get your deodorant. That's right, this motherfucker wanted to complain he wasn't getting his commissary deodorant as an excuse why some dude was a chimo. Oh, you not getting your deodorant doesn't make somebody a chimo, bitch. So I get to hear from a lot of people about all the tough shit that they did. No, the fuck they didn't. And I do happen to have a lot of names of people who helped child molesters and rapists get away. I got the names of the child molesters and the rapists. What are y'all waiting for? Oh yeah, you're just mouths. So full of shit your eyes are brown. And then we come to places like this where motherfuckers don't believe in the First Amendment. All they care about is their right to keep and bear arms. No, it's not about their right to keep and bear arms. It's about their right to shoot people. That's how these fucking ignorant goddamn rednecks interpret everything. Oh, First Amendment? What's that? They care about guns. Why is it that the Christians, the KKK, and these gun owners are statistically the same fucking people? Statistically, they are the same exact people. Christians will kill 1,000 Muslims just because another Christian lied to them and said that Muslims are killing all Christians. You guys are on fucking drugs. And then, of course, it's your victim's fault, right? It's always got to be your victim's fault. Let's see what time it is. 3:27. Looks to me like that place up there ain't doing shit, so I got to go back to TCCHC. It's about 4 o'clock. They wasted another goddamn day of my time. And, of course, chimos, right? Fucking dumb cunts. I was in prison. No matter what, guards try to make everything your fault. They'll tell you about how you're being selfish when you're saying, hey, you're denying my rights. Oh, you're being selfish. Look at all the other inmates in here, bitch. I don't give a fuck about those goddamn chimos. I give a fuck about my rights. And if you're going to be having a bunch of goddamn gorillas start shit because I am, of course, an American citizen who believes that he has rights. Oh, goddamn, how wrong we are, aren't we? You fucking cowardly whores. Every fucking one of you sellouts. On the bright side, you're all going to lose everything. You are losing everything. And that's the best part of all of this. You're losing everything. Stupid son of a bitches.